What's up, guys? This is your girl, Drea Mayan, and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to get into a little bit of Hurricane Milton today, or tonight, whatever. And it's been a lot going on with the hurricane and everything wrong like that. I was supposed to make this the other day, so I've just been saving stuff, really. Oh, dang. I've just been saving stuff in a sense to like come and create this with you guys and just spread a little bit of information, start a conversation, and a couple of prayers for the hurricane that hit Florida. So they started about 3 days ago or so warning the people of Florida that, Hurricane Milton is coming and that it was going to be dangerous and everything's going to be happening. So this is where.
Like, let's show you. Imagine this. Imagine 3 feet of storm surge right here. Now, if this amount of water catches you by surprise, it's too late to evacuate. Cars are floating around and floating away. There's large objects in here that could knock things down with a battering ram-like force. Now, there's no way, again, to evacuate with this kind of storm surge. But we know there's going to be places with more than 3 feet. Imagine 6 feet of storm surge. Now, this completely floods out the first floors of homes and businesses, and the only way to escape that is to move to the higher floor of a building. Now, unfortunately, there are going to be places that get more than 6 feet of storm surge flooding. Imagine this, 9 feet and even beyond of flooding, of inundation. This is practically not survivable. So please follow the advice of your local officials when they ask you to evacuate. And if you have any questions about what evacuation zone you're in, if you need to go and or where you need to go to floridadisaster.org. And by all means, everybody, please stay safe.
So you guys see how tall that is, up to 9 feet in water. So when this was coming out about 3 days ago, everybody was just basically like panicking in a sense. Like they were trying to evacuate. The traffic was crazy. Like, as you guys see on this post here, the residents trying to evacuate. You seen that highway, like it was literally car after car after car after car, and people were calling into the Breakfast Club.
Yo, man, this Tone from Tampa, man.
Tone from Tampa. What's up, brother? How was everything out there?
It look like rain right now, heavy wind, but I'm gonna just keep it a buck, man. This ain't where it's at, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna say y'all right in the middle of it. The eye's hitting Tampa from what the map shows right now.
Yeah, the eye was supposed to hit Tampa, so everyone in the like Tampa area, like,
yeah,
man, bro, my heart, bro. I'm scared, man. And then we still recovering from Helene, and it's like, bro.
Yeah, then they just had another hurricane a couple of weeks, like last week actually, which completely devastated, I believe, South Carolina or North Carolina. And I believe parts of South Georgia as well. So that is crazy. Biden sent an emergency declaration ahead of the hurricane and issued like Floridians, whatever, the people of Florida to evacuate. Like everything was definitely getting real. This next reporter is what really start getting people panicking the most, because as you see, like he got on here and like really like got emotional in a sense, and everybody was like, oh my god,
it's just an incredible hurricane. It has dropped 50 millibars in 10 hours. I apologize. This is just horrific. It's just an incredible, incredible, incredible hurricane.
So with him crying like that, everyone was really freaking out because no one's seen a meteorologist really get emotional like this talking about a hurricane in a sense like this. So it was really sad. And then the Florida mayor, the Tampa mayor.
Helene was a wake-up call. This is literally catastrophic. And I can say without any dramatization whatsoever, if you choose to stay in one of those evacuation areas, you're going to die.
Like, did you hear her? Like, people really started freaking out.
Wow. I mean, that is an incredibly blunt message. And I know you have a lot of experience dealing with these storms. You don't say something like that lightly, Mayor.
I've never said that. And 10 to 12 foot surge. I mean, if this takes a jog to the south, that's going to save us from the storm surge. But it stays on the track that it's projected to be on right now. Or if it goes a bit north, would be even worse. Some of the predictions are saying that Pinellas County to the south of us, the entire county is going to be underwater. So this is something that I have never seen in my life. And I can tell you that anyone who was born and raised in the Tampa Bay area has never seen anything like this before.
Oh my gosh. So as you see, like even beginning all of this, hearing all of this on what's popping up, like that caused really like people going into an angst and people trying to leave and get out of the state of Florida, which caused people to...
It's profound, and it is the height of irresponsibility and frankly callousness.
Yeah.
So lives are literally at stake right now. I mean, we're talking about real human beings and their lives and them losing everything. Everything. This woman lost her husband, her child lost her father. People are losing their home with no hope of ever being able to reconstruct or return.
Yeah.
I do know that she was saying something about DeSantis not accepting government funds, I guess, for the hurricane victims and feeling that he lacks empathy for the citizens of Florida in a sense. So that was a thing as well. Disney World shut down, which Disney, I've never really known Disney to shut down ever. So this was shocking. I'm trying to see if they say Walt Disney closed report operating normal conditions. The park plans to close. Theme park will continue. Well, I don't know. Not gonna be in the bayou with Princess Tiana. But Disney World closed. So, but then there also was some backlash with Disney World as well, which I don't think that I have because it was on Threads that I saw this. But Disney was actually, after the hurricane came, they started selling meal kits basically with peanut butter jelly and a loaf of bread for $10, which people were really upset online at the fact that these people were going through this horrific event, you know what I mean? This world event, and that they were still trying to make a profit off of the pain of, you know, the people that are there. But then some people did have an argument that they were going on vacation. They were going to Disney World. You know that you're going to be spending all this money. So they knew that, you know, ain't nothing free in Disney World. But it's also like Disney World, as big of a entity as they are, people felt like they should have more charity for the people that support them. You know what I mean? Which I'm leaning on that too. It's like y'all could have credited $10 to people. You know what I mean? But hey, I don't know. But I found this.
You would have thought I was gonna let a man named Milton ruin everything that I have.
No,
It's not gonna
ma'am.
happen.
No, ma'am.
You would have thought.
No, ma'am. She said, not today. Not today at all. Because it definitely came through and damaged the Tampa Bay's Tropicana Stadium. Like the whole ceiling is ripped off from the hurricane. Like craziness. Crazy. I'm like, dang. Meanwhile, Royce is out here battling in the middle of the hurricane, being the weather person.
All right. Winds are definitely more sustained and powerful.
I cannot.
Definitely picking up. I can definitely tell, like, you know, the height of it is coming, which probably means I need to take my house.
No,
we have not lost power, but I wanted y'all to see exactly how much the winds have picked up since I did that
Oh my
last
God.
video, like maybe 30 minutes ago, not even. Shit got real. That's why I was like, it's telling me I need to take my ass in the house, and yeah, I need to take my ass in the house. But Central
Yeah.
Florida, we don't have to evacuate. We don't have to worry about storm surge. And by the time hurricanes get to us, they're a lot weaker. So if anything, we have to worry about tornadoes, which can happen anywhere.
Which there were a couple of tornadoes spotted as well. I don't think that I have them saved on here per se, but I do know that I did see some tornadoes. We might be able to find
Sadly,
it.
there are some folks who, during the moment of a crisis,
And this is the price gauge video that I thought that was popping up earlier, but Kamala did say that there would be consequences for, you know, airplanes and hotels and stuff that tries to jack up rates because they know that this is an emergency and the people of Florida have to get out of the state.
will be very predatory and start jacking up prices like gasoline or hotels or airlines to take advantage of the desperation people are experiencing. So to anybody who's thinking about jacking up those prices, those companies that are thinking about doing it, know that we are monitoring and we're watching. And if there is that kind of price gouging, that there will be a consequence for that, because it's just wrong to take advantage of people who are desperate for help. And so know that we're watching that as well.
Which, I mean, I totally agree with that. It is sad that when people are in desperate need like this and they have to leave, which as when we get over to my TikTok, I have some videos on there, you'll see that some people, they can't leave. I mean, they have no money to leave. People are barely making rent and their bills and living paycheck to paycheck as it is now. So when they say evacuate, it's like, how do I evacuate? Where do I go? With what money? Oh, so yeah, that's crazy. Well, actually, I think that video is actually on here. Actually, it's right here.
Y'all be like, y'all need to evacuate. Y'all need to evacuate. Do y'all got evacuation money? Because I can't afford my rent here. You think I can afford to go somewhere else? Like, it's not free to evacuate. Gas already high, and you talking about I need to get on the road, go somewhere, and I got to pay to go wherever I'm going. Like, what are y'all talking about? Evacuate. You're not taking it serious. Baby, my bank account, I guess not taking it serious because I can't afford that.
No, seriously. So, I mean, people haven't really thought about that, I guess, in a sense, but some people, they really can't go anywhere because they don't have the funds to actually go anywhere. And there also was issues with, I guess, the lithium batteries in the cars. I guess salt water
Oh
cannot
my God, this is
connect to the batteries and the lithium batteries, or else it like causes a fire and an explosion. So they've really been having issues with the electric cars being near the sea salt, the ocean, the water, and them causing fires and people parking them in their garage and things like that, and floods happening, and then the cars setting the whole house on fire.
this is what a Tesla fire will do. In the aftermath of Hurricane Helene, this is a totally destroyed house in South Tampa in Beach Park. The Tesla battery caught on fire because of the high water that entered the garage. And this house is a total loss. You might have heard the neighbor on my show this morning. That's the remnants of the Tesla.
Oh my gosh.
I think it was a Tesla S. There is nothing there. This is the shell of the Tesla. This house is a total loss. Water, intrusion, Teslas, they don't mix. Luckily, the family got out, but this thing is destroyed. It is just the four walls of the block house. Everything else is gone.
So be careful with y'all new Teslas, electric cars, trying to be cool and stuff like that. I really honestly, people have saying that I have been hearing people say that they feel like they should ban the electric cars from being near the ocean and things like that. And I agree because how dangerous this is for the sea salt water to connect with the battery. So yeah. Then they had Anderson Cooper out in the
and the water now is
field.
really starting to pour over. If you look at the graph, whoa.
Oh.
Okay. That wasn't good. We'll probably go inside shortly. And the water now is really
Not the thriller.
Let's push. Whoa, there goes the hat.
No reporter should be standing outside in such storms, which I kind of agree. But then I was hearing that he gets a thrill out of things like this, like, you know what I mean. And some people do; they like to get out and weather chase and things like that. So I think he had a choice on it because he's a pretty seasoned anchor over there at this point. So I believe that he had a choice and wanted to go out there, and you know, he's pretty older in life, so he wants to risk his life and do what he wants.
2 years ago.
I don't see why not. But he was literally out there fighting for his life.
3 inches an hour, which is not common for this area. That's about 6 months worth of rain in a matter.
At 9 o'clock, the waves started coming over here.
He is really out there fighting the weather.
Like this until now. It was up to my ankles about 15 minutes ago, I would say. It's now, I mean, with these waves, it's up to my knees almost, just below my knees. And now this water is really, really, I'm not sure, in bigger and bigger waves. So,
not before he gets washed away. So, Andrew Cooper was out there fighting the storm, y'all. So props out to him. I did see this.
So here are some tips for you.
With some tips, you know, in case you get in a flood or anything happens and things like that. I'm not sure.
To stay in communication with your loved ones if the internet and, you know, your cell phones stop working.
But then I thought, like, the way that he showed this tip, I think it's only for like iPhones. And then I think I saw somewhere that this particular feature they charge you for it and you have to get a membership or something like that, and it was like $140 a month, or was that some membership with Elon? I don't know. Let's just keep going.
iPhone users, to pull this up, you got to pull up from up there, okay? From up there. Once you do that, press and hold on this right here. All right, now next, y'all gonna click right here. Press and hold. Well, just click on it. On where it says satellite, this is not available, but click on it. Now, once you do that, it's going to show try demo. You're going to click on that. It's going to bring you to this screen. right? All right. It says try connecting to a satellite, making sure you're outside. You can use the satellite connection when Wi-Fi and cellular aren't available. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna try connecting to a satellite, and it's gonna bring this screen up. So it's gonna say try to get a clear view of the sky. Now you got to be outside for this. Only thing you're gonna do is gonna show like a little satellite. It's gonna show you where a satellite is, and you're gonna have to point your phone in the direction where it's telling you to go to. And when you do it, it's gonna say connected to satellite. Now you'll be able to use that satellite to send off messages, and basically they'll be able to find your location. You see how shit. I mean, hey, it ain't turned on, but it was able to pull me up. So guess what? If we out in the wilderness and everything, and the apocalypse is going on, hopefully those satellites still be working by that time. So we can all keep up with each other, okay, cousins? Cause hey, be looking for my little ping. Is my picture gonna be on there for? Be looking for it.
So, I mean, I'm not sure how valid this is or if it works, but let me know in the comments if you tried this, if it worked for you, if it didn't work for you, if it's a total fake thing. I'm a Galaxy gal. I'm a Samsung, so not really. I guess I can't do it myself. So yeah, let me know on that. But that was it for my little IG post that I had saved. So let's go over to the TikTok and see what's going on. Well, what I saved for them preparing over there, really, to be honest. Give me 1 second and we will be there. Hey, 1 second. All right. So, it'd be real on the TikTok. So I had to, well, of course, I started with the before because I started doing this before the hurricane hit. And
AI is racist. Let's talk about the intersection between AI
I
development.
am doing an AI video as well, guys. So check that out. But I don't know why this actually is doing this right now. Like, what the fuck? You have got to be kidding me. Like, I'm literally pushing this button and it's not freaking. Did the video go away or something? Like, what the hell?
The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is calling for evacuation to level A through C. You are in a level A area.
So the police was basically riding around telling the people that they got to get out of the area because the hurricane was coming, and they had different zones to tell people like which level of danger they were in. And then there were also tornadoes popping up everywhere that people were recording, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh, no way." Like, we're really in crazy times. Like, here's another tornado. Well, a wedge tornado.
Huge wedge.
Like, crazy.
Oh my God.
Like,
That's
this
a
is
tornado.
all leading
Jeez.
up.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Record it, AJ. Oh, that's a tornado. Call Abby. That is a tornado. I want to stay inside. Oh my God. Tornado, Mom.
Use tornado. Where?
It's right by Tia Diana's house.
Stay inside.
Stay inside. Try to close the shutters.
Stay away from the window. There's a tornado.
That's a tornado. It is. Oh my
Oh my
God.
gosh.
Oh my.
So there were really like tornadoes everywhere. Like, this is the hurricane. And then there were like people who, of course, were saying that they're not leaving, like, even though they were, as you see, the police was really going around trying to evacuate people and make people really leave areas that were in certain zones that were really, really, really dangerous. But some people were just like, man, F that. I'm not going anywhere. Which my freaking computer does not want to work today. This is so frustrating. Okay, let's try to refresh, guys. Maybe it'll want to work. Maybe it won't. You never know with technology these days.
I'm going to die. It's zone A, mandatory evacuation. Listen, I didn't evacuate. I can't drive, first of all. Second of all, the airport is closed. Third of all, the last time I evacuated for a hurricane, I went to my mom's house in Northport. Her whole street flooded, and we were evacuated after 3 days without power and food or running water by the US military. It was very traumatic. And so I don't want to evacuate to my mom's house because the last time I did that, it was the worst time ever.
But it's supposed to be better to stay and be evacuated and rescued when you're alone. And oh my gosh, I don't know why this is not working today. This is frustrating. Like, really, honestly, this is kind of frustrating me. Let's try again. I want to show you guys more so when the tornado hit, what was going on with people. Because when the tornado hit, it hit. So let's see if this guy will pull up.
Check the weather in between my lives, and it looks like at 2 a.m. the water might start going down. But in the meantime, it's going up. The foundation of the house, like all this water is bubbling underneath the foundation. So that's not good. I think that's like how sinkholes happen.
Oh my
The water
gosh.
is smashing up against the window. When I open it, it gets really choppy in here. It's still coming in through the garage. I'm getting annihilated by mosquitoes already. But, you know, go live on TikTok, you know, oh, damn, my light's out there floating around. Whoopsie. Oh, so if that light is floating around, that means the cactus is done for. Man, all those switches, all my light switches are going to get wet. You can see them right now. I got like the smart light switches. And we're going to have to replace all those. That's a bummer. Oh, well, it's a bummer.
But what the crazy thing is, though, I did want to show you guys, is that the Simpsons actually like predicted this on their show. And I'm like, why is the prediction?
The
Why are
Simpsons
they always
already knew.
why are they always predicting everything? We're not gonna play the music on this because it's a lot. But the Simpsons already knew. You heard him say it. So this was like a show on the Simpsons. And I'm just like, I don't know if they're gonna like what they're gonna do, but I did want to put this in here either way because it's not like I'm really. But yeah, like, how do they know all of this already? Which there was like prophecies on this as well. Like, other than the Simpsons, it was like written by meteorologists, I believe, like the predictions of this happening. So yeah, you guys see this? This is crazy. Like, how did they know? How did they know? And as you see, we just seen him and his thing. Now we have this update. No, actually, we can play this girl right here.
Today is Wednesday, October 9th. If you'd like, I can tell you interesting history facts every morning. Would you like to enable this routine?
No.
No problem.
Alexa, what's the weather in New Jersey?
Currently, in Trenton, New Jersey, it's 59 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly sunny skies. You can expect more of the same today, with a high of 71 degrees and a low of 46 degrees.
Alexa, what's the weather like in Key West, Florida?
In Key West, Florida, it's 86 degrees Fahrenheit with cloudy skies. Today, you can look for rainy weather with a high of 88 degrees and a low of 82 degrees.
Alexa, tell me about Hurricane Milton.
You guys see that?
Alexa, when was the last hurricane in the United States?
This might answer your question. Hurricane Katrina began on August 23rd.
Not Hurricane Katrina.
2005.
What?
Alexa, tell me about Hurricane Helene.
What?
Alexa.
That's crazy. So you see, like Alexa's supposed to know and basically can't say anything about Katrina or anything like that.
Hurricane Milton update. I'm in my car because it's raining. It's officially started. I got flex tape.
Oh yeah, this was a guy that says
day,
that some
all that
burial
does is
grounds were
crack a little
uplifted and caused Milton.
research. Legend has it that Native Americans blessed the Tampa Bay area hundreds of years ago to be saved from hurricanes. And, you know, it's practically reigned true. For over 100 years, we have yet to have a direct hit. All the way up until last year of August, after hurricane season, when a St. Pete resident who, among 3 other properties, has a Indian mound, that's what it is called. It's called the Indian Mound. It's not, I understand the difference. It is spanning across 4 properties, and 1 out of the 4 homeowners, this guy in particular, wanted to expand his driveway. But in order to do so, he needed to extend past the mound. So he had to disrupt it with an excavator. Not even, you know, an hour into the excavation, they find human remains. The state archaeologists had confirmed that the bones were not forensic and they were deemed for archaeological purposes. The homes were built on a village complex developed by indigenous peoples beginning nearly 2,000 years ago. So like a fucking long time ago, right? The Indian mound stretches across the front of 4 yards. That's a big ass fucking gravesite if you don't know. And just so you guys know, that's not the only mound. That's just one of them that was seriously disrupted. And I know there's going to be this big argument and yada yada that like all these things get dug up all the time. Like Florida would have been getting hit. There's something about these in specific. Like there's something just about these ones in St. Pete in specific that had ancient burial protection. Who knows? I don't know. I do want to give credit to the proper tribe though. So this is like the little insert that I found from, there's only like 3 articles about this, bro. But like everything else you hear is like just native folktale, like in like along throughout the state. You know what I mean? You hear these stories. But according to the legend, the Native American tribe Tokobega built burial mounds all across the Tampa Bay area, and the largest one was resting in what was now known as Safety Harbor in Florida, just 30 minutes from Tampa. One of these bitches got disturbed. 2 major hurricanes hit back to back in the very beginning of hurricane season. Who knows if another one's going to come through the Gulf Coast? I feel like these things have been disturbed. I don't know about you guys. There's also global warming. That's serious. So weather shifts are major. Let me know what y'all think. If you want any more videos.
Yeah, let me know what y'all think. What do y'all think about the that theory? That's my first time like watching it fully through, but I mean, that's a theory that okay. Something's going on, right?
Matrix update, and this is on Hurricane Milton that's about to hit Florida. This shit looks wild. And I did a video just yesterday saying how the inorganic ones that have been running this shit show that we live in.
Maybe the music for me though. It's like this background music is just too much. So if y'all want to catch him, go find his video. He got some spiritual concept that I thought was cool, but right now I can't do the music. Okay. And then it hits, y'all. It starts hitting. And let's get the updates from the people.
This is right outside my window. As you can see, the wind is really starting to rip. And it's pretty crazy. And then there goes the power. But a bunch of shingles are flying off roofs and shit, bumping up against cars. I saw a tree come down over there, which is pretty crazy. And I've had some shit come off the roof and already hit both of my cars already. And this is just the start of it. It's supposed to get a lot worse later tonight. We also had something come through our balcony.
Dang, and rip it. You guys see that? And this is another update. A power line snapped. Like, that's dangerous.
Well, that was a cool lightning show.
Not a cool lightning show. I cannot. That's really dangerous if the spark
Do
gets
they
in the
have a shelter near
water,
you?
you
Please
know,
go
you can
there.
get
Your home is going to be
electrocuted.
covered. Yeah, the storm surge has come up now, probably about 5-6 feet. It's only about a foot off of our seawall. So if it comes up and starts flooding, hopefully these sandbags do us some justice. But all we can do is hope. But the wind, oh my gosh, look at the wind out there right now.
Yeah,
It is
that's
whipping. It's
crazy.
blowing us steady,
It's
probably 50
blowing.
miles an hour. Gusts about 70, 80 right now. And it hasn't even made landfall yet. It's still out there over the ocean. So
Dang.
about 2 a.m., it should be right over top of us, and it'll be the worst of it. We're going to give you an update then, probably before then. So make sure you follow. We're about.
So as you see,
Okay, so today is
they're on
day
a
4,
cruise.
and I am on the Carnival Dream, and this is a 8-day cruise through the Bahamas. Tomorrow we were supposed to go to Half Moon Cay, Bahamas, but since it is a location to where we would have got on the tender boats to go to the island, it is unsafe due to the potential hurricane coming through the Gulf of Mexico, Hurricane Milton. We are diverting from Half Moon Cay and we are going to Nassau, Bahamas a day early. There are multiple people on here that commented on my last video and said that their family, their parents, their siblings are on the same boat as I am, and I'm the only one recording and giving updates about what is going on. So I'm making this video for that purpose. If you are a family member of someone on this boat, I just want to let you know there has not been any type of communication about anybody that has had anything going on. We are all safe. We have not hit any heavy waters. There are no heavy waves, and we are not going through the hurricane whatsoever. I will give you guys more updates when we reach Nassau in the morning and if we have anything from the captain.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a blessing that they're all safe. They're getting to their destination a day early. Like everything's good with them on that end, which they were on the other side of Florida. You guys see this? That's crazy. Like this hurricane really came and hit.
You remember Lieutenant Dan, the guy who's gone viral, who's in this sailboat. He's still.
Then we have Lieutenant Dan, which was, if you guys have not seen Lieutenant Dan, here is Lieutenant Dan. He basically lives on this boat, and he refused to leave during Hurricane Helene. Is it Helene? Whatever it is. And now that Hurricane Milton has come, he is still refusing to leave. So I had to put this in here to let y'all know about the real life Lieutenant Dan. If you don't know, Lieutenant Dan was a character off of Forrest Gump. You know what I mean? And this is the real life version, or so people are saying.
Still here, Nicole. Everybody's worried about you. Who's worried about? It's all over TikTok.
Everybody, like across the country.
I'm gonna go live in a minute. The mayor in her press conference said that they
Not
came
I'm
and
gonna
got
go
him and took him
live
to a
in a
shelter,
minute.
but it's like so weird. She said that because he is still in the boat. I mean, I just saw his hand sticking out like a couple minutes before this live shot.
I have a secured anchor point. I'm tied to the boat. If the tide goes up, I go up. As long as the water stays out of the boat, I'll be fine. And I'm the black sheep. I'm the one that does what I feel is right. And I don't care what anybody says or wants to do about it. I do what I think is right.
So he said that he is not leaving. So everybody was really worried about Lieutenant Dan as well, with everything that's going on in the storm. And as you can see, like this is the aftermath of the storm. Like houses were damaged, cars were damaged. See, this car was flipped over. Like some people really, really, really got hit. And this is in Palm Beach Gardens that this video happened.
All right, friends and family, it is Thursday, October 10th. Hurricane Milton has passed Bradenton, Florida. Me and my husband are safe, but we're driving around town now to show some of the damages because it's crazy. Honestly, it could be worse. There's just trees down literally everywhere. Granted, we didn't get a direct hit, but we still got hit with Category 3 hurricane winds. We haven't checked on the RV yet. I'll show that later on. There's street signs everywhere, but I don't want to show where I live. All the cops are headed out to the island right now, too. So sad just looking at all the devastation in my town. Holy cow. This is my Marshalls and Home Goods that I go to every day. The McDonald's sign. There's cops everywhere. It's my heart watching my town ruined. Obviously, it could have been a lot more.
That's crazy. You guys see all of this damage?
So I just want to update you guys. It is now 7:26 a.m. and it is now calm. Guys, I haven't slept well last night. This tree right here
Was banging on the window.
It's 11:40. I'm in my dad's bunker. We're in Tampa. We can't really hear.
I just want to pause right there because if there's flooding and a hurricane and all of this, you guys let me know in the comments. Would you want to be in a bunker? Like, isn't that underground? So wouldn't that be like, wouldn't you like suffocate and drown in a way if the water got into the bunker? Like, would you not want to be up high in a sense? I don't know how the bunkers are made though. Are they made for flooding though? Like, I'm really ignorant to the situation. So fill me in the comments. Let me know.
Hear like the storm outside or any wind or any water. So hopefully it doesn't get flooded down here. It's airtight and supposed to be flood proof. So everybody like pray. I'm gonna give like an update.
Okay, so it's supposed to be flood proof. Okay, well, I don't know. I don't know if I want to be trapped underground during a tornado.
We are past the strongest point of the hurricane and we are starting to survey the damage, and it's the middle of the night. It is, almost 1 a.m. We know that half of the roof of Tropicana Field ripped off. There is a city
Which I
water
showed
main
you
break
guys.
here in St. Petersburg, so no water, no toilets, no fresh water, no potable water, no showers, nothing. We also have there was a crane on top of a building that I took a video of earlier, and I was like, who thought of that? And that actually fell down and caused some building damage, and not sure if anybody got hurt or not, because again, it's the middle of the night and there was this huge hurricane, so strong.
That's crazy,
It's still windy
guys.
and still really rainy, but the conditions hopefully will really start to improve in the next couple hours. There's a hospital
Yes.
just north of here that has said that they need to evacuate because of damage sustained. And so that needs to happen. Other hospitals in this area also may be forced to evacuate because of the city water main break. If they don't have water, they may not be able to function. So there's a lot of
Prayers
stuff
for
going on. There's really
these
important people
people.
with the city, the county, each hospital systems that are working on all of this stuff. But it'll be interesting to see all of this stuff in the daylight and what things are going to look like and what's going to happen and all the damage that's been done.
Dang, that's a lot. That's crazy, guys. That is legit insane. And she also was saying how on in the hospital how they do on call. I mean not on
Let's
call,
talk
but
hurricane
lockdown.
hospital lockdown. The ER tends to get pretty busy before the storm as people are kind of getting ready, and after the storm because people were sick and didn't brave the storm when they probably should have come in. During the storm, the ambulances stop running when the winds get to about 45 or 50 miles an hour. So we tend not to get ambulance transports once it gets pretty bad. We do tend to get people that still drive in and come through the front doors, especially if their kiddos are pretty sick. Generally, we work our shifts and then we have our downtime. In downtime, you can kind of do whatever you want within reason. And so we tend to hang out and play games. We can't leave the hospital once we are on lockdown, so we tend to just stay in and hang out with each other. It takes a lot of staff to keep a hospital running. There are so many people that are essential, and all of those people need to be here during lockdown. That includes, I wrote a list, food service, environmental service, lab, radiology, pharmacy, nurse practitioners, PAs, doctors, nurses, RTs, registration, techs, medics, and our HUCs. I probably missed some because there's a lot of really important people that need to be here. Shift coverage for each department is a little bit different. Most people work 12 on, 12 off, so there's the day shift and the night shift. And you would sleep the shift that you are not working. And we have people sleeping everywhere in conference rooms and empty patient rooms, people sleeping in empty offices, just anywhere where there's a place that people can sleep, people are pretty much sleeping. Most departments have 3 teams, a prep team, a ride-out team, and a recovery team. And usually it is set for the year. But given how many storms there have been, there's probably going to be some swapping. I will always be on the ride-out team because I do disaster preparedness. We don't have daily childcare, but we do have childcare during the storm. And it's only really for extreme circumstances, which is why my kids usually don't come.
Okay, well that's good that they do provide childcare, but that's crazy that they have to just sit there and be stuck there and everything like that. But I did want to provide the update on Lieutenant Dan. He did actually
Where do you usually keep this?
I'm usually at the beach over there on Davis Island. There's a beach down at the end of Davis
Okay.
Island. There's an airport over there and a marina. Not a marina, but a yacht club. But I usually park down there. I came up here 2 weeks ago.
Why'd you choose like this?
I didn't. I was over there. I came up here to go grocery shopping. I got my groceries, came back to the boat, started the motor, went to the front, pulled up my anchor. By the time I got back, the motor stalled and I couldn't get started again. I started drifting into that corner. And then I got towed over to there, and I've been stuck over here ever since. And then when Helena hit last week and a half ago, we walked the boat up, and I had it tied right here to that cleat and that cleat.
Okay. Does that so that motor doesn't work or?
It did, but it doesn't anymore. But it don't matter. I'm getting a new boat.
Hell yeah, dude! Yeah. I literally just saw that when I was in there, and
so Lieutenant Dan is safe. He made it in his boat through the storm, which is a blessing. So shout out to God for that. And this is some more footage from basically like people in zone D, not even A.
It's something in the water. It's something in the water.
They're in
right now.
apartments.
I think it's an alligator.
Alligators in the water. That's another thing.
Thank you for the gift, guy. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the gift. Thank you, guys. It's something in the water.
See how
You
high
see
that
it
water is?
Behind the car, something swimming in the water already. Thank you, guys. I think it's an alligator already inside the water.
So it's really dangerous to like not get in the water because there's alligators and things like that. And when people were trying to evacuate and things like the airport closed down, like there like really couldn't do much of anything. You know what I mean? Like it was literally craziness. Craziness. And you see this flooding downtown Fort Myers? Like flooding all the way into the town. Water all the way back up in here. Craziness.
Patch. I am currently in Tampa, Florida on Orient Road, right outside of Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Tampa. This area does not have power. The lights are out back that way, but this way the lights are working. Right now, all you see is debris from the trees. Seminole Hard Rock surprisingly turned into an emergency Hurricane Milton shelter. They said they provided them with beds, with blankets, sandwiches. So I know Hard Rock do it big. Y'all know Hard Rock do it big. They got money. But y'all see the bamboo is knocked over. I believe that's bamboo. And then over here you have some trees. Well, a tree completely knocked over from the root. When driving, slow your ass down. Slow down because there's so much debris. Okay, these
I
people in Tampa, they
cannot.
driving fast like it's normal, baby. It's trees and shit.
So as you can see, there are trees and things down everywhere throughout the whole town. This person made it, so thank God.
Hey, happy Thursday. This is the morning after Milton. As you can see, there's not a lot of branches down. My car, actually, let me show you my car because my car was in the perfect position last night. Okay, so the back of my car, there's this nice sized branch that landed, and then no, I've had this car for a bit in the front of my car. Look at that. We just had some branches down, but no water. I mean, this is the water that we've got, so there's definitely been no flooding. Some branches down over there, but really
So they were
nothing compared to
lucky,
what we
as
were
you can
expecting to
see.
get with all that.
This person were lucky. So some areas they didn't get much, but then some areas they got a lot. You know what I mean? But I did want to bring this perspective from this women in Mexico on how they handle national disasters and hurricanes and things like that, which I thought was pretty interesting.
I know that Americans have experienced a lot of propaganda, but I didn't know that they didn't know how to look at a map. This is under a post about Hurricane Milton and the Yucatan. This is where Acapulco is. Acapulco is in a state of Guerrero. This is the Yucatan. Guerrero, Yucatan. This is where Hurricane Milton swept through. It didn't even make landfall. And this is where Hurricane John made landfall. And when you say Acapulco is destroyed, and a lot of other people in the comments are talking about how Acapulco is destroyed, do you want to know how many lives were claimed by Hurricane John? And I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I am saying that it's a lot less than in the United States. It was 17 people, and those were people who chose to stay behind even though they were given evacuation orders because the Mexican National Guard was deployed well in advance, asked people to move out, and if they didn't have the able-bodied ability to get out, they were supported and given physical support to leave. And after the hurricane, they have already started a record-breaking cleanup project, which includes giving people a house if their house was completely ruined. Here you can see the governor of Acapulco talking about the program and the disaster relief, because unlike the United States, the Mexican government will make you whole after a disaster, because we don't send our money to foreign entities for war. And on this website here, this is the government website where they will talk about all of the resources that were issued after Acapulco. If you type this in Spanish into your search bar and you look up the Mexican government's website, this specific title, you can translate it in English and read about all of the resources available to people in Acapulco, which are extensive. I mean extensive, including and not limited to giving people gas vouchers in advance of the hurricane to ensure that they were able to evacuate if they didn't have an immediate way to leave, and issuing tons of shipments of petroleum to new gas stations to ensure that they didn't have a shortage so that when people were scrambling, they weren't like left to try to figure it out. Hurricane John, by the way, was very similar to Hurricane Milton currently. It was a category 3. So we will see how the United States responds to this hurricane, as it was initially recategorized as a category 5, and now it's been taken back down to a category 3 as it's made landfall. But who knows, it could be increased depending on if the pressure of the inside of the hurricane continues to increase. And I just want to say again that I said in my original video, contextualizing Mexico as a second world or as a global south country has racial implications that are unethical to make about Mexico because they're just completely unfounded. And again, Claudia Sheinbaum, the president of Mexico, literally has a Nobel Peace Prize in climate change research, a peace prize for her research, and she has a PhD in physics. And her predecessor, who literally helped her come up as a politician who has had a mass influence on her career, is a sociology student and professor. So they have a complete and very developed understanding of social infrastructure and the causes of harm that come after a hurricane, not just a scientific, but a social understanding. Americans are exhausting. And if you view Mexico as if it was some kind of third world nation, you have a complete rude awakening coming in for you. I want you to just look up what Mexico City looks like and what our malls look like. Hell, if you want to look at my city in Guadalajara and you look up the Midtown Guadalajara Mall, go ahead and tell me that we're a third world country again. American government spends all of the American taxpayer dollars on war. On war. That is not a controversial statement. It is recognized on the international stage. Mexican
Which is
people,
sad.
the Mexican government is a pacifist, neutral nation. Therefore, they don't go to war. They don't need to go to war. Their guard, their military, and such are primarily dedicated to ensure that American imperialism doesn't destabilize the Mexican country and the Mexican people. That's its whole purpose, is to ensure that Mexican people are safe from America.
But if their whole purpose is to make sure Mexican people are safe from America, why does so many people want to come to America though? I mean, that's just no shade, really. I would just really just have that question for real. In real life. But that's all that I saved to like my playlist. But I do want to check on what's going on with Hurricane Milton as of right now. So let's see if we can get any like new updates or see what's been going on as of right this second. This man did strap down his house. I did see that. So let's see if they have an update on that. This man strapped down his house.
Well, we got an update. It looks like our good friend's house made it. Also, I would like to take this time out to apologize because I said that he probably sounded like this right here.
Let's try to see if we can get a different one to play. He literally, like, he strapped down somebody's car. He strapped down his car too. He was not playing and wrapped it up. He said, I did not come to play with Milton today. Like, at all. And TikTok definitely came to play with me today. It's like, girl, we don't want to work right now. We don't care about you trying to be great and inform people about the Milton.
Ven aquí, que te agarro como unas argollas.
Straps?
and hooks. Pedro Casares showing us his unconventional approach to keeping his Orlando home intact through Hurricane Milton.
Preparing my house for the hurricane. Right now, as you can see, the hooks on the floor, they're 8 feet deep of cement. They have rods in between, and it's to hold the friction of the roof from lifting.
His daughter explains the unique idea was born from experience more than 2 decades ago while Pedro and his family lived in Puerto Rico.
We had a hurricane that we went through, and the back of our roof lifted a little bit. It was aluminum.
Now, roughly
I think it's
$2,000
smart.
in
What do
for
y'all
the
think?
cement, anchors, and made-to-order straps from Idaho that cover the front, back, and sides of the home.
They hold about 5,400 pounds of weight and wind. So, yeah, we're giving it a test.
They're hoping it's enough to withstand Milton.
Definitely just stay tuned for the aftermath. We shall see.
Well, I think it worked. So shout out to them. I actually think it was kind of smart. I mean, to be honest, let's see if we can go back to the Hurricane Milton aftermath. Get like one or two things, see what the people got going on as of late, and then get up out of here. This must be where the crane fell. Dang. I did think, like, from the Simpsons thing that there would be, like, more flooding and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, it does look like there's a lot of flooding and things like that. And if you guys haven't looked into it, like with Hurricane Helene and stuff like that, oh my gosh, they totally devastated. Is it North Carolina or South Carolina? I can't think of it. But either one of those, totally devastated. Totally. Even Disney, look how Disney's affected. Disney got a little cleaning up to do. So it looked like Milton came through and did a little bit of damage. Dang. I guess Disney's like, we gotta sell those PB&Js to get people out here to clean up. This water is up to her chest. Oh, she's saving a dog. Oh, God bless her. Because somebody left their dog tied to a pole and the police had to go untie it before the hurricane came. I feel like that's so sad and inhumane to leave a dog stranded tied outside when a disastrous storm is about to come and wipe everything away. Like the dog can be choked and yeah, like anything can happen. That's just sad. I don't know if this is true with this picture with Disney flooding because I feel like this would have been everywhere. So I don't know if that worked. And now they don't even want to show it. So yeah, it's probably not true. But as you guys can see, as I'm like scrolling down through this feed, there was water, like people's homes completely flooded, traffic is wild. The animals, and there actually was someone who tried to leave as well on plane before, and their plane crashed into the bay and they had to swim. Yes, this is where Disney was slammed for selling the $10 sandwich kits during the hurricane. Yes. People were really upset with Disney. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about Hurricane Milton. Do you guys feel like it was as bad as the people hyped it up to be? Or do you feel like it was not worth the hype? I do want to take a moment to say a prayer for all of those involved. Dear God, I come to you just asking you to please put your hand on all of those affected by Hurricane Milton and Hurricane Helene, Hurricane John, all of them impacted by any hurricane this hurricane season and beyond and in the past. Everybody going through it. The desert, the Sahara Desert flooded, like a chemical plant blew up in Atlanta, a building blew up in Vegas. Um, what else happened? So many things have happened this week and in the month of October. I think it might have been a double moon. If you guys remember at the beginning of the month, I think on like the 2nd, there was 2 moons that we had. And ever since those 2 moons came, it's been completely chaos. So I have a theory myself that is it something to do with the moons? I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. But God, just please bless everyone affected by all of this craziness going on in the world. Please touch our hearts and let our humanity come through and show. Please let us work together, each one teach one, help one. And thank you for keeping us safe, for everybody that is saved, and for the souls that were lost. Please help guide them to their next purpose and path. And I think that's about it. Let me know in the comments what y'all want to add to the prayer. And thank you guys so much for watching today. I think I'm going to play my intro again. I have to create an outro. What is it? Yeah, outro. I have to create an outro for you guys. But I did want to pop up and show y'all what's been going on with Hurricane Milton and the craziness that's been surrounding with it, because it's been a mess. So I'm like, I need to do a my on the mess on this Hurricane Milton, because it's sending the world into a little frenzy, or at least the eastern southern region area. But I guess that's all I got for y'all today. I've been kind of MIA as well. I've had a lot going on. My grandmother randomly passed away, so that was a thing. And then I had to battle Hurricane Helene to get to her funeral, and it was just a lot. And then I was exhausted. So I'm trying to inch my way slowly back in there, get my videos out. So like, share, subscribe, boost me up there. I'm new here, trying to get my feet a little wet, get my feet a little wet right now, trying to figure it out. So any helps, any tips will be appreciated. Leave it in a comment, let me know, help a girl out. Each one teach one, as we just prayed for. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Go watch some of my other videos as well. I do Watch With Me's, Radiant Reactions, and I'm coming up with another segment as well that I'm going to do more positive self-help talking, I guess. Maybe. I do have a podcast, Unwind My Mayan, which I might just bring that over to here and blab about random things. But all right, because now I'm blabbering about random things for no reason, and I'm trying to get out of here. So let me play this intro for y'all. Like up the video, share it, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. I love ya. Bye.